And those words are the and juice.
Some audience members reportedly walked out of Dave Chappelle's show in Boston last week.
Farmed this plot of land very successfully and made a lot of money. And this is where the story gets crazy.
Who posted some pretty innocuous, reposted actually, some pretty innocuous stuff on Instagram.
Against cancel culture and wanted, defend Dave Chappelle's right to be provocative and edgy.
Chappelle to shut up after he said he didn't think people should lose their jobs for supporting Palestinians.
All right, it's gonna get worse than that. Hang in there. It was a wild story.
Teller, who's against cancellation, is this the issue that ultimately might get him canceled?
Several individuals left Dave Chappelle's concert when he made a statement about the Israel-Palestine issue during one of his recent appearances. Chappelle's controversial performance. Dave Chappelle, a well-known comedian, was blacklisted from Hollywood after publicly expressing his support for the Palestinian cause at a live performance in Boston. The comments made by the comedian about Israel and Palestine ignited conversations all across the world about freedom of expression, the power dynamics in Hollywood, and the situation in Palestine. The decision to blacklist Chappelle became a watershed moment, one that called into question long-standing power structures and prompted an accounting for an industry that had for a long time functioned within its own self-imposed limitations. During the conflict between Israel and Hamas, the comedian made comments that were critical of the U.S. government for its backing of Israel's activities against Palestinians. This denunciation produced a powerful response from the crowd, with some opting to walk out in displeasure, while others participated in intense verbal confrontations with him. This condemnation elicited a forceful response from the audience. The public's reaction to Dave Chappelle's remarks has spread throughout the digital globe, filling social media with a wide variety of perspectives from people who come from a variety of different backgrounds and hold a variety of different ideas.
Some audience members reportedly walked out of Dave Chappelle's show in Boston last week. Chappelle to shut up after he said he didn't think people should lose their jobs for supporting Palestinians over comments about the Israel-Hamas war.
We find out that these aliens are originally from Earth.
And I stand with my friends in the Jewish community.
Teller, who's against cancellation, is this the issue that ultimately might get him canceled?
An audience member's command for the comedian to, quote, shut up, drew an emotional response from Chappelle.
Although there have been no allegations that can be verified tying Chappelle's comments to the loss of a deal with Netflix, the comedian has historically been the target of reaction from those working in the entertainment industry. His previous show on Netflix drew widespread condemnation for containing statements that were taken by some to be transphobic. On the other hand, the recent controversy that surrounded his statements on the question of Israel and Palestine has not yet shown any discernible impact on his professional associations. Conversations around Chappelle's remarks were amplified by references to his Muslim faith, which encouraged further debates within various socio-economic groups addressing the role and impact of celebrities in constructing political and social narratives. Chappelle's comments have been criticized for their insensitivity and offensive nature. Chappelle's controversial performance on October 7th, condemning the Hamas attacks and critiquing Israel's actions, particularly the bombing of Gaza, sparked intense discussions with the audience. He emphasized the U.S.'s support for Israel and expressed sympathy for the Palestinians. Chappelle's stance on Palestine and his Muslim faith became the focal points of the heated exchange. His comments have carved out a space in public discourse, provoking broader discussions about the role of celebrities in political dialogues and the varied public reactions they generate. The deep-seated conflict between Israel and Palestine, steeped in historical complexities and divisions, has perennially incited global discussions. Chappelle's remarks have carved out a space in public discourse, highlighting the potent influence of celebrity voices in shaping public opinions. The implications of Chappelle's remarks for his career and the ongoing conversation surrounding the Israel-Palestine conflict are yet to be fully ascertained. This narrative seeks to offer a balanced overview of the events and reactions following Chappelle's remarks, respecting the diverse perspectives and sensitivities of all parties involved.
Last time this happened to me, they were so young. and I wasn't having a good time back then.
Comments came up when Chappelle said that he didn't think students should lose job offers for supporting Palestinians.
Who are pro-Palestine, and it gives a little bit more detail. This is from someone at the event as well.
I call it space Jews.
And those words are the and Jews.
We have no way of knowing without being in the room. There were also reports that there were people who were really angered and left.
Israel-Palestine conflict. Dave Chappelle's controversial remarks on the Israel-Palestine conflict have sparked debates about the role of entertainers in political conversations. His comedic style, which often explores controversial topics, has often led to public debates. Some audience members appreciated his candidness in addressing sensitive issues, while others accused him of indirectly endorsing anti-Semitism. This incident has rekindled discussions about the role of entertainers in political conversations and the fine line between advocacy and causing offense. Chappelle's ability to challenge mainstream narratives through humor has earned him fame with his show Chappelle Show. His commentary on racial dynamics and gender issues have also stirred controversy. His departure from Comedy Central, a lucrative deal, reflects his commitment to personal convictions over financial gain. Chappelle's support for Palestine was a topic often causing divides, but he responded with unfiltered boldness. He took to social media to release a statement, stating that he has always spoken his truth. This blacklisting has sparked global conversations about freedom of speech, the power dynamics of Hollywood, and the Palestinian issue.
Palestinian speech during a set at TD Garden in Boston last week.
For people who aren't Dave Chappelle, even someone who was a high-level agent in Hollywood at CAA.
All right. It's going to get worse than that. Hang in there. It was a wild story.
I can't even remember how it started. Vaguely, I remember it started with a tweet, strange tweet.
You think that they kind of sent, when you come back out and everybody gets very excited, that they go like, oh, well, for them, this is kind of news.
Some audience members cheered Chappelle and shouted "Free Palestine." Others yelled, "What about Hamas?"
The blacklisting challenges established power structures and invites a reckoning for an industry that has long operated within self-imposed boundaries. The narrative of power control and artistic freedom is gaining momentum as political sentiments of celebrities can ignite as much discussion as their professional work. The comedian's comments resonated with political commentators and activists, some finding alignment with his criticisms of U.S. support for Israel's actions, while others condemned his perspective as biased. The conversation also touched on the intricate connection between personal beliefs and celebrity and political opinions. Despite no confirmed reports linking Chappelle's comments to the loss of a Netflix deal or professional relationships, the contentious remarks have carved out a space in public discourse and have sparked broader discussions about the role of celebrities in political dialogues and the varied public reactions they generate.
Chappelle condemned the October 7 attack on Israel by Hamas militants, but then criticized what he said were war crimes in Gaza.
Farmed this plot of land very successfully and made a lot of money. And this is where the story gets crazy.
I'm gonna go DEFCON 3 on the Jews.
Against cancel culture and want to, defend Dave Chappelle's right to be provocative and edgy.
How much saying the quote-unquote wrong thing on this issue can have massive implications for you.
Blacklisted from Hollywood. Dave Chappelle's decision to leave Comedy Central, where he had a lucrative deal, reveals that he places his personal principles above the need to maximize his financial gain. The decision to blacklist Dave Chappelle created a flurry of public controversy, which resulted in some guests walking out in protest while others engaged in heated verbal skirmishes. People of varying origins and beliefs shared their support for and condemnation of Chappelle's words over the internet. This was another arena in which the public expressed their reaction to his remarks. The comedian's comments sparked a heated debate, which kept the topic at the forefront of people's minds for an extended amount of time online. The recent controversy that has surrounded Chappelle's words has not yet had a detectable effect on his professional relationships. This is true despite the fact that there have been no verifiable reports tying his remarks to the loss of a contract with Netflix.
I think that Chappelle shouldn't be canceled or fired or unpersoned from polite society for mocking.
For me, the reporting is that, this one individual says that there were chants of free Palestine and the audience was mostly backing him up.
That audience, obviously, of people who see themselves at least as being less sensitive.
Who posted some pretty innocuous, reposted actually, some pretty innocuous stuff on Instagram.
I just learned, I would rather people didn't know.
Yeah.
Who then criticized the Israeli government for cutting off water and other essentials to Gaza and accused it of killing innocent peoples.
When it comes to the part that personalities play and the influence they have on the formation of political and social narratives, the intricate web of considerations has generated extra conversations among a variety of societal groupings. Chappelle also expressed his support for the Palestinian people and reaffirmed his stance by stating, "You're damn right to free Palestine." Chappelle's comments bolstered his position. His comments have sparked conversations about the role that celebrities should play in political dialogues and the varied responses that they should elicit from the general public. Chappelle's comments have carved out a space in public discourse despite the absence of verified information, indicating a direct impact on his Netflix deal or professional relationships. This highlights both the complexity of the conflict as well as the potent influence that celebrity voices have on shaping public opinion. This narration makes an effort to present an objective and comprehensive summary of the occurrences and responses that followed Chappelle's statements by taking into account the various points of view and sensitivities of all involved parties. Chappelle's career has been distinguished by moments of comedic brilliance as well as controversy, highlighting the delicate balance that entertainers need to strike between comedy and compassion. His contributions to the entertainment business not only evoke laughter, but also inspire critical discussions about social, ethical, and political issues, which is in compliance with the principles that YouTube has established for its community. That's all for this video, folks. See you next time.